Me and Macy are going to a rave in Southport in the rain, but we just got a flat tyre. So we come off the motorway and I said to Macy, just Google, why is my van pulling to the left? So she Googled it and it said about tyre pressure, and I thought it's weird. And then as I'm listening, I'm like, no, this is really weird. There's something very wrong. So we pulled into the next pull-in, which happens to be a campsite. Pulls in, gets out, flipping flat tyre. Look at this, completely flat. So I'm absolutely gutted because we're going to this rave, but I'm with the AA, so I'm like, what do we do? So I've just gone in and the lady was super helpful. She said, don't worry, she said, stay here on a pitch. So I've had to pay 37 quid, but they're like, stay here in the morning, pull it over to the car park, and then you can call the AA and get the tyre fixed, because it's not that simple, because it's all underneath. If you've got a VW, you'll understand. So we're still going out. What an adventure, but yeah, it's just cost a bit. So we're now going to get a bus into Southport, and it is forecast rain all day, and go to Save the Rave in Southport. But we can stay here because we were going to wild camp. I was going to film wild camping with my new little cover that goes here, and we were going to be polite, obviously, for the locals, but now we can put the pop top up and we can have luxury, can't we? Yeah, and we in a toilet instead of a bucket. So just for context, we had planned to drive to Southport, find somewhere kind of not in the way of any houses, and wild camp. So just me and Macy, we share the bed at the bottom, we won't disturb anyone, walk in to Save the Rave, have a little rave, come back, and we've not had to pay anything. But obviously it's not worked like that, but it could have been worse. We could have been on the motorway, so I am grateful for that. So it does mean we are now sat here, aren't we, Mace, having a drinky poos, waiting for a taxi, grateful that we've got somewhere safe to stay and it's not ruined. Although it is going to rain and we are going to look very drowned when you see us next. So these are because I'm middle-aged, and when I'm out, I can't see the menu. There you go. Even to the rave. Southport, you crap. It's raining and we've just missed the one bus we need. And your taxis don't turn up. Ugh! Abdul from Uber, Macy's idea, has rescued us. We have literally half an hour to get there or they won't let us in. And we are there. It is raining, but we don't care. We are going to the rave. Yeah. Listen. We made it! Thank you, Abdul. So we've done 3 hours, which I think is pretty good for like 49. And without drugs, just paracetamol and coffee. We didn't find an alien. Well, we did, but we'd have to kind of be really naughty to get it. I mean, we're not naughty, are we? So we've come to Morrison's for snacks and the toilet, and the toilet's broke because some idiot decided to kick off. Who does that? Anyway, so we're now on the hunt for a toilet. I'm going to have to go in a bush and then we will get back to our campervan. Okay, so if you stay on Southport Prom, it is only, you pay £8 on the meter and you can stay over 6 hours, which means you can stay overnight. £8, job done. And look at this, it's lovely. But no, we got a flat tyre, so we now have to pay £37. We have paid £37. to stay in the flipping campsite, miles from where we need to be. So we now need to pay for a taxi to get home. I wonder if we can get a bus. At this time, we probably can. We might get a bus. So we, I don't know where I left you last. We decided to leave because we'd had enough. We went to walk to go and get a taxi or whatever. And then the rain came. And so the taxis were suddenly in major demand. And then, so it was going to cost, instead of £10, it was going to cost £40. So we're cold, we're wet, we haven't got 40 quid. And so we had to go and find a travel lodge, didn't we? And then, because I needed the loo. And thankfully the guy in the travel lodge, Bob, you're not going to watch this because you don't even know that I'm videoing this. But Bob, he gave us a lift home. Bob from the travel lodge in Southport, what a man. But do you know what? Do not go to these events because they are 20 quid a ticket, but to buy drinks, food is utterly ridiculous. It is so expensive. I will never do it again, ever. So not worth £3 of fun, 3 hours of fun, sorry, not worth 3 hours of fun, even though it was fun. It's just been stressful. So now, thankfully, we're back at the van, we're getting warm out, we're going to have a cup of tea, and then we have to then deal with the flat tyre tomorrow. So I'm going to say over and out while me and Macy have a cup of tea and just relax and get warm. But yeah, that's our dilemma. It's been an interesting, expensive night out. Won't be doing that again. Over and out.
That's dangerous. You should never have been driving on that.
Yeah, excuse the state of us, not had time to do makeup. Okay, this is the situation. Good and bad news. Okay, so I've had green flag before, but they seem to just drive you to the nearest garage or they give up really easily. But even though they're the cheapest. RAC I wouldn't touch because they've really left us in the lurch once. However, I'm with the AA now. And the AA man has just come. And I couldn't find my locking nut, and I'm like, why can't I find it? I know where it is, it's in the glove box, and it's not in the glove box, so can't find it anywhere. He gets here, I said, I can't find the locking nut. So he checks the tyre. Now, I feel like if that was another company, they'd go, oh, we got a problem then. But he didn't. He checked the tyre, and he said, this doesn't need a locking nut. I said, what about the spare underneath? And he had a look, and he said, that doesn't need a locking nut. So he said, tell you what, I'll check. They all don't need one in case there's one that needs one, so you know for future reference. So we checked them all, none of them need a locking nut, so this must be something I solved last time I had this issue. And then he has offered us a number of choices. He's checked all the tyres. One of them, basically the one that's flat, obviously he's removed and changed for the spare, and he checked my other front one and said that needs sorting. So we've got to go to Quick Fit because he said it could happen again because it's so worn down inside because my tracking's out. So guess how much, guys? Sunday, Quick Fit's the only place open in Southport. Guess how much it's going to cost me for one tyre, because that's all they've got in the size I want. 139 quid. I've never paid that much money for a tyre. So this whole trip has cost utterly hundreds of pounds. And so to make things better, we're going to have a cup of Yorkshire tea, aren't we, Macy? That Macy's made. Because what else can you do? What a disaster. Oh my goodness. So this might be the last vlog for a while because we won't be able to afford a holiday anywhere else. Be on the drive. Over and out. Keep you informed.